All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Grow Family Network. And today we're going to talk about extending your growing season. I think season extension is very important for home gardening, especially in today's time, especially if you have plants that need that extra month, that extra 4 or 5 weeks of growing in order to fruit or in order to give you the produce that you need. And what we're going to do today is we're going to show you one, I think it's a real simple way. I mean, there's various sizes, there's various ways to finance these types of projects, but ultimately I think they're going to be well worth your while. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you what we've done. We've come through some temperatures now, and we're growing tropicals here. We're in southern Louisiana, and we have mangoes, guavas, star apples, real tropical things, passion fruits that we wouldn't be able to grow here, even bananas. This is how our things would look here if we grew everything outside. Sometimes that's not real feasible. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you what some 20-degree, that's what we had. I think our lows were like 22 this last week, and I haven't opened this thing. I haven't looked inside to see how it looks. It's not a heated greenhouse, rather it's unheated, but it's a real huge growing space, growing area. So let's see what the environment looks like inside. Let's see what lived and what died in the high tunnel. Give us 1 second. All right, so what we're gonna do is, this is just, I know this looks real unkempt, but sometimes in order to get things to survive, you gotta improvise. So a lot of this we just threw around here, trying to keep this open and as closed as we could. And let me get up here and take this loose and we'll get it. I don't need to get up on that. I had to put it in. To take it off, I just grabbed the wires. Now this has been closed for about a week. Looks like a lot of bananas really took some damage, but they won't look like those that were outside. So that's the most important thing. Let me move this out of the way. So let's see what things are looking like. 20-degree weather. So a lot of things have died back. Yeah. But you can see it's still, well, it took a big hit. Close to this door. That was one of the things I was thinking about here. I was like, it's kind of close to this opening on this door. It's probably gonna let in a lot of, but you can see we were having some chayotes that were coming up. And hopefully it survives. Hopefully that root system survives. Some of the peppers are not looking too good, but some of them have survived. So we'll look at that. Let's start from the back. Yeah. What we'll do is we'll start from the back and then we'll work our way back down this way. So y'all give us a second. Let's get to the back and check out what we got. All right.
It's raining.
Yeah. All right, so we're at the back of the high tunnel. I showed you the bananas that were outside. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I was like, man, sometimes in the high tunnel, the things that grow taller up higher because it's unheated tends to take a little bit more damage from the cold. So if you have those tall plants, of course, they're gonna take some damage because it's real cold up there. And then he explained to me, with the ground, what happens is all day from the sun, the ground is actually heating up. So you're gonna see we got some plants that should really be dead, and they're actually still doing quite well, but they're low to the ground. So during the nighttime, that ground is actually still giving off that heat that is actually stored during the day. But if you really wanna look at it, you can look at this stalk. Even though it was 22 degrees, the leaves are burned off, and we'll probably have to end up cutting them off, and this happens every year. But what you really want on a banana is you want these stalks to survive, and that's what we have here. So each and every one of these, the stalks have survived. I am looking at the citrus. I've been thinking about lifting it up a little bit, but it is looking better than it did last year. But we're really surprised. I'm really surprised at the passion fruit. It doesn't look like it's taking any damage from the cold. So I think this is going to be our first year actually getting passion fruits. So I love the fact 20 degrees, it took that. I don't think we're going to get much colder than maybe in February. We'll probably get some 20-degree nights. But other than that, looks like these things are going to survive. If we get another cold, the high tunnel has been closed, so we've allowed it to actually, you can feel these stalks, they're still kind of cold. But if you let the heat get in them, it'll actually warm them off like the core of them, I believe. And that's how we were able to get these fruits. If you come over here, it fruited so late. Look, it's actually putting on some more. It fruited so late that you can see all the potential that you could have had. So we're just leaving these on to see what they do. They'll probably end up dying off. But we do have another passion fruit vine there, and hopefully by the summertime it's gonna actually catch that and close up, and we'll have a whole big trellis of passion fruit. Let's come over here. I actually just threw this up over here. A bee ran me out of here the other day actually. So hopefully he's not here today. Now this should have lost leaves and everything. I'll just put this on the side. But look at that. So sometimes, this is something new we've done. Sometimes it may be beneficial if you're gonna go and you're trying to push these tropical plants in a place that's not really made for them. You may have to cover on top of cover. So we have the high toner as our first layer of cover from the cold, and then we put the blanket as our second layer. So as you can see, I think that did a really good job. I would like to make something a little bit better, more like what we got outside, the little hoops over this, where it will just be here until the plant gets bigger. So that's probably what we're going to do with this one. I think this is one of our least cold tolerant plants. Sugar apple. Yeah, I'm saying star apple. Sugar apple. And you didn't even correct me.
I did.
Oh, you did? God, I keep saying star apple, star apple. This is our blood orange. And as you can see, it's actually starting to finally, it's been in the ground, what, 2 years?
Yeah.
2 years. And it's finally starting to put on
Some new growth.
New growth. So I guess the roots have finally caught. I know it doesn't like being back here wet. This is another one that I wish I would have put up a little bit higher. The guava looked like I should have covered the guava. I thought the guava would have actually been okay. That's why I didn't cover it, but it looks like I should have covered it just a little bit.
One of them young.
Huh?
Chew one of the young list. Tell me what it tastes like. That's a medicine.
Tastes like paste. You know what it's supposed to taste like? You tricked me?
Oh no.
Oh.
Like a little bit.
I thought she had tricked me.
It's a medicine.
No, what is it for?
This is like what you have like diarrhea or your stomach hurt.
Uh-uh.
Chew.
Let's look at this one.
You see the mango?
So this is a mango. I did the same thing. Looks really good.
Good.
Really good. Hey. Hey.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
Get back because they got something.
I don't want y'all to. All right. So the mango did really well. No signs of damage at all. Let me know that with 20-degree weather that we'll be able to grow a mango. This was already on here. This is the youngest. This is a little new shoot that came out since we planted it, and it was already kind of browning. So that's not because of.
Malika.
Look at this.
This is
No signs of damage on the grapefruit. Now, I'm starting to think this might have been a pomelo grapefruit, but I think it might be that Chandler pomelo.
The pomelo that we
Look at that.
also eat the grapefruit.
Oh, it's already kind of breaking off too.
We probably need to get it out there.
We'll take one. It's already breaking off.
That's so nice.
It's already breaking off, so
Look, right? What a big one.
I don't know if it's like super ready, but
That is nice.
you can see it's flowering again.
Hey.
She's stuck in the water. It's flowering again, got a little spider on it. But it is flowering again. Flower's gonna come out here. We're not moving it. We're gonna leave it here. It's in this pot. It's probably, more than likely, it's in the ground. So I don't want to disturb it since it's doing so well. But it's this close to the edge of the high tunnel, so we'll probably end up having to, you stuck? Uh-oh,
Pull up.
it's stuck.
Good job. My girlfriend.
We'll probably end up having to kind of prune it when it reaches this height, but it's already given. I'm stuck too. God, I'm stuck. All right.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
I think because it's too wet.
Yeah, it's wet right now. All right. So I actually just threw a little sheet over this one because I know these bananas are young, and this was my biggest one. I didn't want it to get hit, so I just threw a little sheet over that one. But as you can see,
What does the banana?
I don't know if this is the dwarf green or the Cavendish. I'm not really. I have to look at this stuff I have written down.
Over there on the bottom part. The white. I have put the white thing.
Yeah, I know, but I hadn't been.
That's
Oh, here it goes.
There's a green.
Dwarf green. Some peppers. All right, so as we move over, as you can see now, remember, I actually planted these peppers in order to not get anything super for the fall, but I wanted to have them established for the spring. So I am getting, I can't remember how many I planted, probably about 40 peppers. A couple of them have died out before the cold, as you can see. It's just, they've just died out, but some of them will make it, and those are the ones that I'm super proud of. And of course, during the fall, we have been getting a nice little harvest of nice sized peppers. Huh?
Don't
She wants to pick a pepper. So you can see here we got
one and she
peppers. Yeah, he's already picked some. Stop, Zachariah. Stop, Zachariah. Stop, Zachariah. I know you understand what stop mean, boy.
Give the other one to sister.
Now what if you was doing something you ain't had no business?
He want to pick that one over there, spicy.
That's what we're gonna let you do. We're gonna let you pick a spicy one, then you're not gonna pick no more, huh? I gotta come out here and do some weeding, actually. So just like the plants won't die in the high tunnel, of course, the grass won't die either. One thing I did try, I was like, okay, it's getting to the winter time. I didn't want to fight the grass as much because I wanted the grass to kind of act as another form of a heat source by being able to hold in some of the heat from the ground. At least that's what I thought I was doing on that particular part. The turmeric are just ready to come out. Basically, they're just getting past their time. And what we're gonna do this spring coming up is I'm gonna take out all of the turmeric from everywhere, and we're gonna do one more burn just to burn off the grass before we plant, and then we'll replant this turmeric that's back here and try to get it as thick as it is over there. It was really thick. The thicker the turmeric, the more it stops the grass from growing in between it. Here, the comfrey is doing fine. This is a Cara red orange. It's actually had died back. We had it outside last year when we got the polar vortex, and it died all the way back down, and only one branch came out, and that one branch we're letting it go, and it turned, I think we got 2 branches now. Here we have some eggplants that are still doing well. Like I'm saying, basically I just want these eggplants to hold until the spring, because that's when we're going to stake them up, you know, really kind of prop them up, take care of them a little bit. Right now we're just trying to see, will they make it through the winter. You can see they took a little burn as well. Not like outside though. So that was a good thing. And everything else is actually cold tolerant with the kales and the greens and the bok choy. They're all cold tolerant.
Even the pineapple maybe.
Yeah, they're gonna do well. But look at this. Look at this. These trees, I think are my favorite citrus tree just because they're really productive. And you can just, it's kind of like the tomatoes, what the small tomatoes are, the cherry tomatoes. It's kind of like that. They're super productive because they're so small. You don't have to wait for them to actually grow to this side. To be honest, it actually was sprouting like this before the cold came, and it's just continued. And we've had the high tunnel actually closed and sealed, so that heat, it's in here. It feels like it's in Florida somewhere. It feels like it's in a tropical environment where it can just put off blooms, and it actually, that's what it did. So that's a thornless key lime, if you're wondering. Actually, we've had this in a, oh, it's raining on us. We've had this in this pot for what, 2 years? Yeah. 2.5, something like that. Really good container citrus as well. And you can see up here it's actually putting on new growth. So a really good container one because the fruit are so small. So we've had a little die off on the pepper, but it's not dead. You can see it's had some die off, but it's not dead. So it's kind of like if you're clipping your peppers, you can clip that off, it's still alive, and you can see the productivity on it. Another one that we're gonna stake up real heavy.
Spicy banana pepper?
Yeah, I believe so. So we've had some ginger. Our ginger have died out.
Yeah. That's the one that we already did take out.
Yeah. So we took this out the ground, but we had it here. It was growing. We just put water on it. It's dying out. But the habanero peppers don't look phased. Here's another thornless key lime. I mean, they're just, I guess it's just their time to put on. And by the spring, around April, May, they'll be full of little key limes. They don't really drop as many. Down here, I should have covered this, so next time I know, this is another one of those chayote vines. And this one still looks good. I'm looking at the greenage on it. So at least I'll probably, if it gets really cold again, I'll probably take that inside just so we can at least have one, whole one for spring. All the pineapples look well. Everything else looks good.
Yeah.
This is to be expected, moringa. Oh, that's that bee again.
Yeah.
That's that same bee that keeps running me out of here.
Let's get out there. The bee is right there, guys. So we gotta get out.
So of course, like I said, the chayote vine, I thought it would have made it, but it looks like it's even more cold sensitive than the passion fruit vine. If I would have knew it was going to take a hit like that from the cold, I probably would have threw something over it and covered it a little bit better, but I know better next time, and I'll try to bring that one and get that one inside. We would like to say thank you for joining us today. Thank you for watching the channel. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. I think one of the most important things about growing now is trying to get that year-round garden, trying to turn, if you have a growing season, a 6-month growing season, something like this can give you 7 months, 7.5, 8 months. A lot of times it's that early frost that kills your garden back, and then you don't get another cold snap until a month later. So if you got something like this to protect you from that first 1 or 2 early frost, you can actually keep your garden going, keep growing year round. And I think that's what's most important now, is to try to establish some sort of year-round garden where you can actually have produce going. Our yard is really in its infancy, so we're about 4 years in now. Everything you see is real babyish, and you might wonder, why is everything like productive, super productive? It's a 4-year-old baby now, so as it grows, we get more and more productive, more and more produce. And so we're looking down the line now, we're trying to see what's going to become of this yard, of this property in 10 years from now. See, can we actually go from growing 30% of our food, 20% of our food, to getting up into those high 70, 80% percentile range of what we're eating on our property. That's where we're trying to get. So thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. And hey, stick around. 2022 is going to be a real beautiful year. We're going to start talking about what you can grow that's edible, right? Trying to create that edible landscape all over your yard. So whether it be your front yard, your backyard, the side of your yard, your flowers, edible flowers, petals, that's what we're going to be talking about this year. So stick around, subscribe to the channel, and we're going to go inside, and Bev's is going to cut this baby up, probably on her channel, since this is our first one we've ever gotten on Living with Bev. So subscribe to her channel too, if you can. Thank you for watching, and as always, grow, grow, grow. Peace.